Road to Glory Week 8. Um, I guess it's another rivalry week. Uh, Matchups look pretty fire this week, I would say. Yeah, last week was definitely interesting one. Um, so heading into this week, for rivalry week, we got me and Japes, Andrew and Galigo, Nihil versus Mirando, Ethan versus Brett, and McGill versus Evan. I would say these are like, I mean, Andrew and Galigo, you get the two UMass, I'm not going to say it. Um, 1 and 2. Um, Nihil's been getting a little active in the group chat, I would say, just from what I've seen. I know Nihil's feeling good about his team right now, as he should. Um, he's playing Mirando. They got a little back and forth going last night. Hey, let's get into rivalry week with this matchup. Ethan and Brett and Evan versus McGill. So standings, I mean, 4 through 8 are separated by 1 game. So I mean, this league is nowhere near close to being locked up, or all playoff spots being locked up. There's so much game left to be played. Um, so McGill got his first win, so we'll talk about that. So last week, I don't even want to talk about it. Just awful, just terrible. It's like I can't even explain it. What has happened? This motherfucker gets so lucky. Hold on. I mean, he was like, "Oh, this kid goes. I don't know how I won." As you look at his defense, and every single defensive player had over his projection. Like, I don't even think I've ever seen that before. I swear to God, I haven't seen that. Not to mention my team shit the bed, but still. Talk about my team. Allen did good. Saquon did good. Yeah, my defensive players just killed me. Like, I can't even explain it. Jordan Love with 16, Dobbs with 10, Waller with 19, of course, the first time this year. And then every single defensive player over, 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 over. And what do you know? 22 and a half from a linebacker. Granted, he is the best linebacker, but still. This kid just can't make up his mind about his quarterback, though, which will be his downfall. Yeah, I'm good. Disgraceful. Galigo got his first L handed to him by Evan, as Japes had predicted. Japes did in fact call it. Um, Harb kind of shit the bed. Diggs did what he was supposed to do. Tyreek, Kirk, Goddard, even Pickens, a goose egg. I mean, still a good, like, it's a good week still. Like, I would have done anything for a week like that. Evan, Lamar 35 basically. Ridley shit the bed. Evan definitely thought he was dead after that. Addison clutched up. Huge game from Addison. We got James Cook had a receiving touchdown. KC. Zaire Franklin. I mean, Josh Downs at 19. Henderson is gonna be a good pickup. Yeah, I mean, I think the QB play definitely made the difference here for sure. If I had to point that out. That's a big win for Evan. That's huge, actually. And then this, like, Jesus Christ, Miranda. Holy fuck. I mean, in all honesty, I would have went with Purdy too. Um, just I don't know. I would have went with him. AJ had 25, Myers had 17, Scary had 12, AK 26, 12 catches. Gibbs finally got on the board. Killer Trav. Fucking love that guy. Rasheed Rice had another TD. He seems to be him and Kelsey seem to be the end zone guys now, which makes sense. I mean, Rasheed Rice, I think he's a bigger receiver, right? I don't know. 13 out of Kenny Moore, who I thought about picking up, but still had a goose egg from Chris Jones. Jesus. Brett didn't even have a bad week. Cup had 6 points. Evan 17, ETN 21, Ford 16, Kittle 10, -3 from Stephen, 16 from Bynum. Like, still a good week. Najee had 15. Nothing you can do, Brett. Nothing you can do. You know Miranda beats you every time. Just is what it is. This was another good matchup. Nihil and Japes. Mahomes had a huge passing day against the Chargers, 424 yards, 4 TDs. Pittman, even with 2 catches, had 13 points. He had like an 80-yard touchdown or something, something like that. Watson and Davis, not really, but the running back play is what's gonna, I think, lead Nihil down the line as the season progresses. Taylor seemed to be back, 19.5. CMC had 2 touchdowns. Ingram's just kind of, he's gonna do his thing. Like, I don't even think he scored yet this year, but he's basically guaranteed at least 5 catches a game. Deontay first game back, which could be interesting. How was your bench? Sutton had 17, Gus had 18. Brees Hall was on the bye, okay. For Japes, let's see. I just think QB play is affecting him right now. Puka, I love Puka. Love Amon-Ra. Pacheco's been doing his thing too. Stevenson, that's kind of where he's flirting around right now, which is good. Like, you'll take that at I guess at this point. Big Mark had 2 TDs. Oh, your bench. Warren had 10. Warren looked good too. Cam Akers could be interesting. But Nihil got it done. And once again, I think it came down to QB play. Just a big discrepancy there. And then our last matchup was McGill getting his first win. McGill very in the victory column after the week of trades. Let's see. Not a great performance from Tua. I think Ethan's going off this week. DJ Moore still surviving without Fields. Eckler, that's just crazy. I don't think I've ever seen Eckler get under 10 points before. Rachaad White at 13, Hawk at 16. Hawk had 11 catches. Dude, your kicker had 22 points. Holy fuck. That's actually insane. Good linebacking play. McGill, Hurts did his thing, I guess. Like, not. This isn't like ideal either. Bijan got 0.3. Aaron Jones had 8. Everett had 10. Where are you? Defense had 19. Poyer had 12. So Miles Garrett had 19.5. So I think the defensive players won it for McGillivray this week. That's crazy. Miles Garrett 19.5. Holy shit. Palmer 14. Algier, Foreman 32. Jesus. But McGilvery's a win, so you'll take it. All right, let's talk about any trades happen between nothing this week. Added players. Let's see. Let's see what the waiver wire is looking like. I mean, I know I had the first waiver. I thought about JSN after he got dropped. I just don't think I would have played him. Or I don't think if DK's healthy, I just don't see the path for him. Um, I think I'm kind of getting stuck in the tight end uh Ferris wheel, whatever it is. Knox is out with wrist surgery, so I figure Kincaid could be the time now. So Miranda ended up with JSN after Gallego dropped him. Taysom Hill goes to McGill. He's kind of been people have been looking at him. Aaron Donald just hit the waiver market. Trying to see any like big ones. Njoku is being picked up. Byard's now picked up because he got traded to the Eagles. Brandon Cooks. Is that it? So nothing eventful, I guess. But let's head into this week. A lot of good matchups. Me and Japes, good matchup. I'm still standing by it. Like our teams for eighth and sixth, I still think our teams are pretty damn good. I mean, I think everyone's team's pretty damn good at this point, but um, I feel like something's got to start giving, or I don't know. Um, so starting Allen, I have so Thursday night. Okay, home against Tampa. Anytime Buffalo's home, I prefer that. Um, obviously I like Allen. Ugh. St. Fran's been looking pretty vulnerable. Addison had a big game, hoping that could turn out for Chase. If Chase is going to start Burrow, I hope that Chase gets the ball then. Devontae Smith has been known for playing good against Washington and Washington, so I'm praying maybe something will give. And I feel like Ayuk should be a start, like a good start anytime Debo's out. They just got to get him the ball. Saquon, he's fine. I don't really love the matchup. Jets obviously got a good defense. I love Mostert's matchup. The Patriots, you know what? People say what they want to say. I still don't think they're that good of a team. If you guys like whatever, you guys can think they're a good team, but at the end of the day, they're going to be stuck in the middle, being mediocre, and getting the 16th overall pick again. And here we are next year again. Rather just see them lose, get a good pick. Bring in if it's not going to be a QB, get Marvin, get someone that's going to contribute cheap money, and you have the most cap going into next year. I mean, something's got to give. Mostert at 25 last time against the Patriots, so like the matchup. Still debating on Schultz and not Kincaid. Kincaid had 8 for like 70 something last week. Schultz was on a bye, but Schultz has been scoring a lot. TD in 3 straight. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I like Swift. I just wish he would get more goal line work, but I knew that I expected that in the trade. So I mean, after St. Fran's putrid performance, even though Cincinnati hasn't been clicking, still going the Giants. I actually think the Giants might have the best defense. Not the Giants, the Jets. I think the Jets might have the best defense. Japes has got Burrow. I mean, it is a tough matchup, but St. Fran just they lost two in a row. They haven't looked great. Um, I think Devontae Adams is going to come down to who's playing QB. Um, I think Puka's got a tougher matchup against Dallas. I wonder, maybe not. I wonder who Diggs, not Diggs, because Diggs is Gilmore, but I don't think it matters. Puka should be fine. This is a scary matchup. I am scared about this one. I don't like that matchup at all, especially on a Monday. Pacheco seems to be doing his thing. I like him. I expect the Patriots to be trailing. They just don't play good in Miami ever. I don't like it. Just even when they had Brady, they just didn't do it. And Mark Andrews got a good matchup. I like Mark Andrews. Pierce will be interesting. I don't think you've really played him at all. Um, I think Buffalo's defense should be a good move. Um, TJ Watt, I'm always scared of TJ Watt. I'm probably gonna lean Justin just because I think, if he's within range going into Monday with St. Brown and Adams, I just think that that's especially in a matchup like that, they have favors St. Brown a lot. So I think that'll be the difference maker, honestly. I would say this is our matchup of the week 1 versus 2. I think regardless if Gallego loses, like he'll still be in first. But Eli at Pittsburgh, people, it's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game, I think. I would be shocked if it's high scoring. I don't think it's gonna be. Um, I also thought that going into the New Orleans game, so I could be wrong. Keenan's got a great matchup for Chicago, so Andrew's probably hoping that they'll even out with Herbert. Dobbs seems to be like the red zone guy. I'm just not sold on the Packers offense. KB had like what 10 catches last week? Oh no, so he had 6 with the touchdown, 10 before. I mean, there's not much else that you can pick up, so I don't mind. You don't mind KB. Jacobs, that's going to be a tough matchup for him. Same with Madison, same with Waller, and he seems always limited. So Montgomery could be big if he plays, especially versus the Raiders. It's in Detroit, so I like it. And then the linebackers, you can always just sit back on because you're a bitch. Great matchup here for Diggs. Great matchup for Tyreek. Kirk's been proving himself. I love Kirk. I think this will be a little bit of a tougher matchup. I think Cleveland's got a good front seven. Mixon. I mean, these are going to be interesting. Goddard's been coming alive. I like Goddard. I mean, I just think that right here is the difference. So obviously, I'm going with Jettis, aka Justin Gallego, for the victory to increase his lead in first. Marino versus Nihil. It's been getting a little chippy in the group with the Nye guy, with Mirando. I think this will be a fun matchup to listen in on as Sunday goes on. Let's see. Miranda's going with Dake Prescott against the Rams. This Fields out, most likely, yeah. I mean, like, what do you like just rotate kickers? Like, I don't understand. CD, I like CD actually this week. Brown's on a tear. How did Terry do last time? He had 19 last time. I think he had like a recovery or something. What else? AK, yeah. Anytime, it doesn't even matter who he's playing. And then Gibbs is going to be interesting. Did he finally sell himself or show himself to become the starter or have more of an important role? I don't know if he's going to still be the goal line back. I still think it's going to be Montgomery, but obviously I love Kelsey, have him in my other league, and then Rashee Rice instead of Myers is interesting too. I mean, Myers, he had 17, but I know it was like garbage time. I don't know. That's a tough one to decide on. And then Nihil, I like Mahomes. I think Pittman will see a lot of Lattimore, but it's in Indy, and I think that does make a difference. Deontay's playing Jacksonville. Sutton versus KC. Did Sutton score last time? Yeah, he did. CMC is CMC. I think Brees Hall's got a good matchup. I think Jonathan Taylor's got a good matchup after what ETN did. I think Ingram will get his job done. This is actually a good matchup. I know the points are different, say different, but I mean, not Miranda's gonna be flirting around 160 anyways. I'm gonna go with Nihil. I just think that the QB play is gonna be a discrepancy, and then I just think that his three running backs are pretty damn good going into this week. So that's where I'm leaning. Sitting Gabe Davis and Watson. Ethan versus Brett. How was Brett projected 142? Why did it say 129? I thought. Oh. Ethan's benching Tua versus the Patriots. I guess he said that's like a cardinal sin or something. Goff, I actually don't mind Goff at home against the Raiders. I mean, DJ Moore, I just think it comes down to who's playing QB, so I don't have a ton of faith in him. I do have a ton of faith in Thielen now. I think Eckler's in for a big bounce back against Chicago. I think Pollard's going to start coming alive. No Jefferson equals more targets for Hawkinson, and then having DK in the flex isn't bad play either. Who's he sitting though? Amari Cooper. I mean, I don't think Amari Cooper is really playable without Watson. And then Brett, what do we got for Brett? Stafford playing Dallas. Stafford and Cup playing Dallas. Cup's gonna torch whoever he plays. I actually don't mind Mike Evans because I expect them to play from behind. T. Higgins has been a question mark all year, but I love ETN still. Brett's going Najee. Najee's actually been playing pretty well too. Kittle, and then Nico's playing Carolina. Detroit defense home against the Raiders. Cameron Bynum's been a stud, but I think Ethan is gonna maybe pull this one out. That's where I'm gonna lean on this. Apparently, Kyler might be coming back too soon. So, yeah, he took reps this week. So, something to watch out for Brett. Maybe getting a QB. And then Evan versus McGill. Let's see. Lamar. Oh, Lamar playing in the desert is a great matchup for him. I mean, Ridley's been up and down, huh? Drake London actually has a good matchup against Tennessee. I don't think their secondary is great. Garrett Wilson seems to be doing okay right now with Zach Wilson. 8 for 90 last week or the week before. James Cook, I think, may score. And then King Henry playing home against Atlanta with Will Levis. Addison's a stud. McGill, what do we got going? Hurts versus Washington, Lockett versus Cleveland. Waddle could have a good matchup versus the Pats. Same with Olave. I think Indy's been giving up a lot of points. We got Bijan. Is he playing? He's supposed to practice today. Aaron Jones, limited. Taysom Hill and then Josh Palmer. I'm going with Evan. Yep, I like Evan this week. Just a gut feeling. All right, so let's look at players. What do we got for points? Who's been looking good? QB, all players, season total. We got Josh Allen at 1, followed by Hurts, Mahomes, Lamar, Captain Kirk, Tua. Receiver, still Tyreek by 21. He's questionable. Not seen at practice. Didn't participate. Oh, in the media access portion. Diggs, AJ Brown, Puka, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Thielen, Amon-Ra, Chase. Running back, we got CMC, Mostert, ETN, Kyron, Moss, Swift, Kenneth Walker. Tight end, it's going to be Kelsey. Yep, Kelsey's officially back. Kelsey, Hawk, Andrews, Laporta, Waller. Best defense is Baltimore right now. Interesting. Interesting. Where are the Patriots? They in like dead last. Holy fuck. That is awful. All right. Well, that was a pretty quick episode, I would think. I mean, these matchups are going to be pretty intense, I think. So we'll find out if anything shakes up next week. If anyone wants to hop on the podcast that hasn't been able to have time or wants to do it, let me know. I usually do it Wednesdays or Thursdays, whatever works best. Um, good luck, and we'll see what happens here. Big week. We're about halfway through with the season, so well, I mean we're over halfway through. Week 14, I believe, is the last week. So it's gonna become more intense. So we'll see you guys next week.